Sorry, that is not my best impression of Kung Fu. Hello and welcome back. So we are here for the latest news of Kung Fu Panda 4. Obviously it came out and I was excited when this movie was released because it's been eight, eight, 8 to 9 years. I can't remember when number 3 came out, but yes, it's been around 8 to 9 years since Kung Fu Panda 3. I was shocked, but I thought they would have ruined it, and in my opinion, it was really good. This was a good Kung Fu Panda. Obviously, it's just based on Poe, but this time there was no Furious 5. It was obviously based on Poe, and obviously it was a challenging new task for him. So, yes, obviously not longer trying to pick a successor, and obviously trying to and being the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace. Obviously, he in his head he still wants to be the Dragon Warrior. So obviously he comes across this Vox Zane who tries and helps down a villain called the Chameleon who can shape shift into anyone or anything. So yes, and obviously Poe wants to do one last journey of being the Dragon Warrior for one final time. While he has to, when he comes back after the mission, he has to pick his successor. So obviously the story goes la da da da, like obviously being Poe going to a city where the chameleon lives, full of crime, that works for the chameleon. Not just that too, it's important for Zane's backstory, what she was going through, living in a tough, rough city when had no money, had to find somewhere to eat, and obviously when they arrived, Poe's teaching her all new things. Obviously, having a peach tree, saying all this stuff. I can't pronounce it properly, so bear with me. But yeah. So then obviously we get now somewhere in the story that Zane does betray Poe, which I kind of feeling it was coming because there's no way you'll go to the Valley of Peace and just ask for the chameleon. But then obviously Zane and obviously Poe fought, went to the abyss. Everyone thinks he's dead. Then he was alive. So then Chameleon brought, and it was good how they brought Thailand, Zhang, and Kai back from the first 3 films, and then obviously the alligators, all that. Obviously, it was good to have them back in the franchise. I think they were the key part of the first 3. Obviously, the Chameleon using the Staff of Wisdom, and then Poe is going on to try and defeat the Chameleon, even though she's now absorbed most of the powers of Kung Fu Masters, which is hard because obviously if she absorbs them, she becomes unstoppable. And yes, and then Zhang tried to stop Poe from getting killed, but it's Poe, he's the Dragon Warrior. And then obviously Zhang goes and try and helps, which she does. She helps Poe fight the chameleon, and yeah. So and then obviously they try, and then obviously Poe gives her the Staff of Wisdom to try and take on the chameleon, and try and prove to her that she can like be who she is, because for her whole life she was no one. She kept asking for a boss. So was a, and then when they bet the chameleon, obviously Poe took all the villains, all the masters back to the spirit realm, and obviously Chameleon was there along the way. And then yes, and then when they got back to the Valley of Peace, Zane was getting ready to go to prison. Obviously, her sentence was probably going to be less sentencing because she helped Poe get the chameleon back, and then Poe suggested to Zane that she could be his successor. Obviously, if you have seen the movie, that Shifu's not impressed, but then obviously it ends obviously with Poe training Zen to be the new successor. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Now, if you haven't seen Kung Fu Panda 4, this is a reminder. Yeah, you have to watch all the first 3 films or go watch it on DVD because it is a good film. So for this score, I am going to give it, in my opinion, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I think, which I've never done before. I think the only negative about this one was probably not having the Furious 5 in it. But apart from that, a good film. So, like I said, a 9.5 out of 10. 4.5. Well, I'll give it a 4-star rating. So I hope you enjoy. And this obviously, all the Kung Fu Pandas will be on my YouTube channel. Go down. I'll see you later and get ready for my next review. Goodbye.